It's young Terry Hibbert, of course, Sheffield Wednesday fan, but England supremo as well. A man who's travelled the world following the team, therefore, he deserves the right to have a go at picking his England team. He's up on the Skype wall now. Terry, a very good evening to you.
Evening, young man.
Yeah, Terry, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Well, Terry, listen, let me ask you this first off. Roy Hodgson, bringing a new squad, do you expect him to try and make his imprimatur on the England situation immediately and give us some surprises?
I think there might, well, it depends what you mean by surprises. I don't think there'll be drastic changes. I do think there might be players involved who maybe haven't been or have been on the fringes and not really given much of a go.
But what about, Terry, what I'm saying here is, what about leaving some players out? For instance, will he be brave enough to say, if Terry and Ferdinand can't play together in the same squad because of the differences off the pitch, maybe neither of them should go?
Well, maybe. I honestly think one of them won't go. I do think he might. I think the biggest surprise was I think he'll leave one out. And if you were to ask me which one I'd leave out, personally, controversial as it is, I'd leave Rio Ferdinand out, purely and simply based on the fact that he's not played as many games this year. And no matter what people say about John Terry, he's the obvious leader.
So what you said about Rio Ferdinand, he's hardly missed a game since January. And so let's assume for a second that he's played sufficient games. If you're just talking about which one you think is most suited to international football, would your decision still be the same?
Well, I suppose it depends how Hodgson wants to set the side up. I mean, they've at different times been mainstays in that back four, but there's got to be changes. There's obviously the problems that Mike's already mentioned. It's a very brave move if Hodgson doesn't take both of them and leaves them both at home. But there are players behind them too that have proven this season that they are very, very capable of doing a job. So, yeah, it's controversial in one sense that many people just expect both of them.
But Terry, I'll pick up on what you've just said there. Sorry to cut you off there. I think that Joleon Lescott and Jagielka should be the mainstay of our defence in central defence. I don't think there's any need to take Terry and Ferdinand. I'm not sure that Ferdinand really is despite what Daniel's told us about his playing ability in the last half of the season, not sure he's up to it against European opposition these days. And as for John Terry...
You think Phil Jagielka is?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
I just feel that John Terry these days brings so much baggage with him, which impinges on the squad off the field. I'd leave him at home.
You see, if I can jump in there,
go on.
I think that Rio Ferdinand has proved this season that he still is a really good player. He's not as good as he was. In his prime, he was arguably the best around. But I don't think that Joleon Lescott and Phil Jagielka have yet shown themselves to be in his class. And what I would say is that there are probably three positions on the pitch where you need to have experience. You need it in goal, you need it at centre-back, and you need it in central midfield. The rest of the areas, I think you can experiment. So if I were picking the team, I know he won't take Oxlade-Chamberlain, for example. I definitely would. But
yeah, I definitely would. I hope he will.
I think in those crucial areas you can't play novice centre-backs, which is why...
They're not novice centre-backs. Don't be ridiculous. They're not novice centre-backs.
Phil Jagielka's never played against the best players in Europe.
Joleon Lescott's just won the Premier League title against some of the best players in the world.
He's also playing with a really good player. Yeah, I don't think Lescott's anywhere near as good as
Ferdinand. Excuse me. This is your platform here, Terry, so please come in and be referee between Daniel and myself.
The thing is, Mike, you make a good point. I mean, and as much as other Wednesday fans might not want me to say this, I agree with you about Jagielka. He is an outstanding player.
Yeah.
But let's not forget Gary Cahill as well, who
totally agree.
In the last couple of games has done very, very well. Yeah, I take on Daniel's point regarding experience, but how are these players ever going to get that experience if they're not given the chance?
You play one of them, I think.
They should be given a chance.
I think that you play, I mean, to me, like the best young centre-back, and certainly the one who I think will go on to have the best career at club and international level out of all of them, who has the best attributes, is Smalling, but he's injured.
Yeah.
But I would say you would play Rio Ferdinand. I would play Rio Ferdinand. Other people might say you play Terry, and then you play one of the younger players next to them.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I agree with what you say. You can't get experience unless you're actually playing. But I don't think you could play two two international novices together, like Jagielka and Lescott.
They're not international novices, for goodness' sake.
How many caps have they got between them?
Between them, not more than 20,
So
right?
they are international novices.
No, they're not novices. They're great footballers, and you can't... So are you telling me that having less than 20 caps between the two of them is... Gary Neville's got 85 caps. That doesn't mean he's going to come back and play for England, for goodness' sake. You want Paul Scholes to come back. Terry, go on.
You make a comment, Daniel, regarding, having players at the side of you. They've got to have experience. Look at, if you pair the experienced man then with the lesser experienced man, then surely you've got to go with Cahill, with John Terry, because they played with each other this season. Surely. Well,
if you're taking Terry, then you could play with Cahill, but I don't think they've actually played that many games together. And the thing about Cahill, I can't remember who it was who said that of him, and I think it's true from what I've seen of him that he's got every attribute apart from the ability to defend. And I think
who has?
Cahill. It is hard, but they said like he's a really good footballer. He's got good vision. He passes the ball well.
I'd have believed that until their route to the final of the Champions League.
You're talking about one game, basically.
Well, excuse me. How many, so you want to be selective about games then? You want to say, oh, well, he just had a good game?
I'm saying you're basing your judgment of Gary Cahill on 2 games.
Sorry, it was 1 game. Now it's 2 games.
I meant 1 tie against Barcelona.
Terry, come on, back
me up. It is 1
here.
game actually because he got injured. He got injured.
Go on. With that, I mean, you're saying that he's a good player, he's got the attributes, but he can't defend. Maybe we can level that at David Luiz, surely not Gary Cahill. I mean, as when he was in the Bolton side, look at how much he'd have had to endure during games after games, and no disrespect to Bolton, but they've obviously been relegated. He had to endure it game after game. All the weight of expectation in the defence was on his shoulders at Bolton. He saddled that and still managed to get in the England reckoning, playing for a team that were conceding goals week after week.
It's also interesting how few games he's played for Chelsea this season. He wasn't picked by Chelsea managers. They preferred the other players. But
when he stood and got there, he did not let anybody down. Didn't let anybody down.
He played well in the first leg against Barcelona. He got injured in the second leg. I think that Lescott has got more right to a spot than Gary Cahill.
Thank you very much indeed. Terry, we've got to move on, mate, because we've got a few people want to get up on the Skype wall. But as ever, your contribution to this show, magnificent. Don't take any notes of Daniel here. I mean, no, he thinks he knows what he's talking about, but I'll put him in his place before the end of the show. Don't worry about that. Thank you very much indeed.